Hey guys, do subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell button.
William was a new taxi driver, and the taxi agency hired him for the night shift one day while he was on duty. A young girl approached him and asked to be taken to the graveyard, located a few miles away from the city. After negotiating the fare, they both agreed on a price. The girl was pleasant and talkative, even mentioning that she had a crush waiting for her at the graveyard. William wondered for a moment, but took her to her destination and returned. As dawn approached, William was nearly dozing off. Then, to his surprise, the same girl reappeared in a dreadful state. She was crying, her hair disheveled, and she kept mumbling, repeatedly asking, "Can you drop me, please?" In a panic, William asked her where she wanted to go. She replied, "To the graveyard." She explained that her husband had gone missing, and she believed he was at the graveyard meeting his crush. William empathized with her situation and avoided probing further. This marked William's first night on the job with only 2 passengers. He wasn't familiar with the area but focused on his duty. The next night, the same girl returned at the same time, requesting a ride to the graveyard to meet her crush. She wore the same clothes, and her smile indicated that nothing had happened the night before. William refrained from asking about the previous night and simply drove her there. This time, as he dropped her at the graveyard's edge, she waited for her crush while Liam returned to the city. Later, as William was about to sleep, he was awakened by the sound of running. Startled, he saw the same lady who had been crying for her missing husband the previous night running towards his taxi. She was repeating her words and cried for a ride to the graveyard once more. Her condition seemed just as dire as before, and William decided to help. He dropped her off and returned to the city, his mind filled with thoughts about what was happening at the graveyard each night. On the 3rd night, the same girl arrived again at the same time, a bit shy but requesting the same destination. She engaged in friendly conversation about her crush, sharing that her boyfriend was planning to marry her. William couldn't contain his anger and informed her that her boyfriend was unfaithful and already married, causing her to fall silent. When they reached her destination, she quickly left the taxi. Later, as William parked and prepared to relax, the lady from the previous nights arrived once more, crying and repeating her words. She introduced herself as Lena Fernando, revealing that her husband had admitted to an affair with her younger sister and that they were marrying today. William, nervous about getting involved, denied any knowledge of her situation and let her into his taxi. When they arrived at their destination, she leapt out of the car and ran, shouting, "They are here! They are here!" William, eager for his fare, called after her, but she ran too fast. The graveyard was dark, and he hesitated to follow. Eventually, he decided to stay in the car and report to anyone who approached that the lady had not paid her fare. Soon, the young girl who had met her crush before re-emerged from the graveyard with the guy. William prepared to confront them about the unpaid fare, but was stunned to see the lady chasing them with a large, sharp knife. She fearlessly slaughtered the man, severing his neck with his head falling onto the road. Terrified, the young girl ran toward the taxi for safety. William was paralyzed by shock, his hands trembling as he gazed at the severed head on the road. He desperately wanted to escape this horrifying scene. The young girl, after killing her, turned her attention to him, clutching the bloody knife. William attempted a U-turn and managed to do so after some difficulty. As he sped away, he realized that the lady was a vengeful spirit, and the young girl had died 7 years ago. Their tormented souls traversed from the city to the graveyard, seeking to complete their tragic love story. William was grateful for his escape and requested a shift change to a different location, forever haunted by his night shift experiences. He learned to keep his distance from passengers' personal situations and maintained a friendly but distant demeanor.